How's it going, guys? My name is Joe Billy. Um, I I'm based out of Clifton, New Jersey. Um, Joe Billy is my real name. A lot of people ask me that. um, I play acoustic punk, or so I call it. A lot of people describe it as like folk punk or acoustic or whatever, but I figured acoustic punk is pretty general in terms of how you can describe it. Three adjectives to describe my music would probably be loud, mostly, and fast and upbeat, and honest, if that can be described as a sound. I'm actually primarily a drummer. Um, I've been playing drums for almost 10 years now. Um, and Joe Billy I only started about 4 years ago because I just decided to start picking up guitar. Um, but primarily as a drummer, I play in a bunch of bands. I'm basically a drummer for hire. I do a lot of live shows and session work with a lot of people that just want me to play with them. And then eventually I just wanted to start my own solo music after trying to start a punk band back in like 2012, which lasted for like a year. It kind of disbanded, and then after a while of like unsuccessfully finding more people to fill those spots, I was just kind of like, fuck it, I'm gonna learn three chords on a guitar and try to write my own shitty songs. And then 4 years later, here I am. My top one would probably be Eric Peterson. Um, a decent amount of years ago, someone showed me Mischief Brew, and it kind of just changed my life. It mainly made me want, or like inspired me to start doing solo music, just because of how much power you can have just solo wise. And we miss him every day. God rest his soul. Another person would probably be Tim Armstrong, just because I feel like he's a real trip to work with. And I don't know how, well, like what exactly we would do together if we were to collab, but Elon Rubin is like one of my favorite drummers ever, and just the way that he pulls things off and what comes out of his hands and his head is like fucking crazy. I love that guy. um, some guilty pleasures. I don't know if I would consider them guilty pleasures, but a lot of people are surprised when I tell them I have like a comedy music playlist. Um, primarily, it's a lot of Starbomb and Ninja Sex Party. Um, for those of you who don't know who they are, they're like comedy bands, but Starbomb writes a lot of songs about video games and stuff, and Ninja Sex Party is just kind of awesome. But yeah, comedy music has been a real pleasure of mine for quite a while. Covers, I mean, now that I'm running on like 4 years, I've learned a lot of fucking covers that I can't really count. Um, I've been trying to actually uh, gain my repertoire in covers just because I'm starting to play the occasional bar gig. But I've learned covers from like Harley Poe to Eric Peterson to some. I do closing time a lot whenever I'm at a bar. That's always a good hoot. Like I do "I Am the Highway" every now and then by Audioslave, or like I've been learning some Alanis Morissette every now and then. Like those are always fun. But in terms of covers, it's always like quite a wide variety. The first Joe Billy show, I'm pretty sure it was, yeah, it was one of my birthday shows because I started getting into a habit of making or booking birthday shows every year and just kind of bringing a lot of people together for my birthday because like I don't give a shit about my birthday. So like booking shows for that is like always a good time. But the first one was at the Meat Locker in, oh fuck, I forget what year. We'll put it up right here. I'll send it to you. At the Meat Locker, it was really shitty. It was really shitty because I was only playing as Joe Billy for a few months at that point. So there's a lot of really shitty covers and shitty originals, but it was a good time. It was pretty nerve wracking. Like I always try to be myself, but at that point I was not comfortable at all with like how I am musically, or especially my voice, if I'm at all comfortable now. But like it was quite a first experience in that realm. A couple bands that I'm playing with right now that are really fucking awesome. They're making a lot of really big moves. Are Lycan 21. If you're into some metal stuff, I drum for them. They just released an album not too long ago. I started playing with Patty K not too long ago. I played on his album recently. His band Tiny Island. They're really fucking awesome. It's always fun playing with them. I've always loved seeing and/or playing with Jeff Linden. He's fucking awesome. And the Schwam. Got to represent the Schwam. As well as my friends in Sonic Compost. They just started up recently, but they're all like amazing. They're making pretty big moves right now. If you're into blues, my buddy Vin Mott is fucking awesome. You can see him around New Jersey a lot. My buddies in Keep Flying are probably one of the hardest working bands I've ever met as well. Such a wholesome group of dudes. I always love seeing them. They're more of a pop punk band if you're into that. So there's always friends to go around, you know. The first one that came to mind is probably American Idiot by Green Day, because I was a huge Green Day fanatic back in the day, right? And like once I heard American Idiot, it was just kind of like, holy shit. On top of like the production, because I'm always a sucker for production too. But American Idiot was like one of the first albums I can remember that like really hit me in the face like the entire time. Another one like that would be Keysby Nights by Streetlight Manifesto. I've always been a fan of Streetlight ever since I started listening to them. But like that album in particular, especially when I found out it was like a redux of like the Catch 22 album, Keysby Nights. Like that entire album is just fucking awesome. And the third one would be, I couldn't decide between two Anti-Flag albums. It would either be For Blood and Empire or The General Strike. Like those two albums are just like balls to the wall the entire time. So like those albums are definitely my tops. Yeah.